Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another episode of Another Job Bites the Dust. This is episode 4. Quite exciting. I'm talking to my friend Zuzana Zigmundova from the Czech Republic this week. She is a painter, she draws, she's a tattoo artist in Glasgow, up and coming. And I thought it would be quite exciting to sort of get into her backstory, find out how she ended up in the UK. There's a lovely little love story in there. It was quite wholesome. Got some of her opinions about the weather. Not too excited about that. But that's all in the episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And as always, we're trying to have honest adult conversations. So if at any moment you feel like something's not a bit too uncomfortable for you, you don't have to watch it, but you've been warned. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Have a good one.
Hello, Zuzana. Hang on, so what's your surname now? Because you just got married, so... did you change it?
No.
Is it still Zigmundova?
Yeah.
So hello, Zuzana Zigmundova.
Hello, Silas.
Right, so you are a painter. Right?
Kind of.
You draw, and you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
A paid tattoo artist, because we had this conversation before.
Paid tattoo artist, yeah.
Yes. So, that's exciting. I got so many tattoo questions, because I got a couple of them.
Me too.
Yeah. My first question was going to be... when did your mom find out about your tattoos, and what did she say?
I told her I'm getting tattooed, and she said, well, okay, but after I was being tattooed, my father was like, maybe it's too much.
Okay.
And can you wash it off? But that's everything what he said, so
okay.
I'm safe.
Okay, well, you're safe, because my mom was like, they're ugly, I hate them. Don't get another one. I was like, okay.
Even my grandmother didn't say too much, so yeah, my family is cool about tattoos.
Ah, that's good. Are you still getting Christmas cards, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Pretty much, and I have still some space to fill, so.
Right. just don't get the whole Mike Tyson thing, because then.
No, that's not my thing.
Cool. Right. Well.
Maybe when I will be older, tattoo artist. So maybe I will.
Nothing to lose.
I will take my balls and maybe I will cover my wrists, maybe my neck. Who knows?
Not gonna lie. If I wasn't an actor, I would do it as well because they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
My thing is, I think that the tattoo artist should be kind of weird a little bit or different than other people. Okay, it's not a rule, but I see it this way.
Fair enough. Hard to argue with that. I've only met a few actual tattoo artists. They've been nice. One of them was in a metal band. That was about it. Like, nothing weird.
Metal band, like he was singer or?
No, she was a...
She.
Is it death metal?
Oh.
Like, whoa.
Singer?
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that was that. That was like the weirdest thing. But no, I appreciated it, and yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about tattoo artists. They're just people.
Well, actually, the girl who tattooed me, like the whole thing, she loves death metal, and she's like tiny girl, and I'm like, oh, Marketa, really? That's your thing?
Hey,
well,
you don't pick your thing. Right, well, I was gonna ask, first and foremost, what's your story? How did you end up, how did you discover your love for drawing, painting, and then for tattoos, and how did you get into that? Let's start with that.
It was like not certain thing and immediate, but I was, I think, about 8.
Okay.
And I just started to draw and paint, and it looked good. So I think I have my talent from my grandfather.
Right.
Yeah. And I didn't think like I must draw or must to do this. It was so easy to explore my abilities, and I don't know. So
creativity.
Yeah, so I just kept drawing, and it looked better and better, and yeah.
Yeah, a lot of sort of talents, but I don't like to use talent because it's always sort of like, oh, God gave you it, and then it becomes this weird thing.
Yeah, I think it can be one part, But
Yeah.
the other part is, I think everyone can learn something, because if you have like a good teacher and he explained to you how to do it, it's like, I know the person won't be like a super famous artist, but
Might not be, but they still might get
you can
famous.
do some.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and what I was gonna say that interestingly, most people that discover sort of a love for some sort of art, they in the beginning they don't do it like, they're not like, oh, I need to get good at this. They just love doing it, and they're like, oh, that's nice, I'm gonna do more of it. And then they keep doing it, and next thing you know, they've drawn so much or painted so much that they've got really good at it. And then they're like, maybe I can do that for a living.
Yeah.
And the weird thing becomes once you start setting deadlines, that's like a different phase, because like anyone can paint.
Well, to be honest, I was always drawing and painting just for my good feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get paid, because in that case it happened to be your job and you can start to hate your job. So every time when someone asked me if I will draw a portrait or something, I was very hesitant, because I didn't want to do it, because I knew I won't like the feeling I have to do some particular thing, do it in the certain time, and
there's deadlines,
so
structure.
Even now, if someone asks me, can you draw me something, I'm saying no. Why?
But then you tattoo people.
Well, that's different.
Okay, now how is this different? I'm curious.
That's different. Why is it different? There is bigger money.
Okay, that's a fair point. I was actually thinking about this. It's such a surprise, but obviously I'm from Romania. You're from the Czech Republic. Back home, tattooing, it's changing how they look at it, but it's still seen as sort of
It's still.
Yeah, like it's not recommended. And people that like I knew a kid in my secondary school that flunked out of art school. Like he didn't get into like the art high school, and they were like, nah, he's okay, but he's not that talented. He's one of the best tattoo artists in town. Like I've seen his work, it is wild, it is amazing. And the point I'm trying to make is that even though tattooing is seen as this sort of not as upper class or not as high quality art form by some people in our region, it is one of the most well paid ones, because you have so many people interested. You can make a lot more money.
Yeah, maybe it's because you are wearing it and you show it all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I think people have a lot more pride. I don't know even pride, but you're showing off on a regular basis, so it's
I didn't mean
more precious.
I didn't mean, well, if you are wearing tattoos, it's like maybe still it's not appreciated in a not company, but in
like corporations or office type
in between people.
Oh,
because if you see someone who's heavily tattooed, you still say, "Oh, it's who is he?" and that's weird. And
in some, I guess in some environments, but now you've got like, to make this sound funny, now you've got nerds tattooed up to here. Like I've seen scientists, being tattooed, and they're. No one would dare call a scientist
it still
like
sounds weird if scientists.
It sounds weird to some people, but no one would say like, he's just a scientist. He doesn't know what he's doing. So the idea that this is only for like a certain segment of the population has been sort of going away, luckily. But yeah, I just found this very fascinating sort of paradox between the lower class art form being one of the most well-paying ones.
Yeah, and I mean, but if you still see a doctor, you would be better for you that you wouldn't see him being tattooed?
I personally don't think so. I'm not fussed. Like at this stage, who am I to tell a doctor not to get a tattoo? I might have questions. I might have questions in my doctors like tattooed up to their eyeballs, literally. I'd be like, okay, there's been some definite choices there. I would wonder. But again, their ability to like operate or do anything is not related to their ability to,
Yeah, of
That's
course,
it.
but it's I don't know if I'm old-fashioned. I can't be old-fashioned because I'm tattooed myself, but I don't know. I think still people still think it's kind of weird in certain departments of life.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, no, I get your point because I think, I mean, I don't think we're old-fashioned, but we do come from societies that's what we grew up with, and that's what we got used to. You know, it's gonna take a while to see a president who's got a neck tattoo and be like,
Yeah, that's weird. See, it is weird.
well, it's not weird, it's just unusual. We haven't seen it, but after a while, I'll be like, yeah, okay. You know?
Nah.
Like,
After 20 years, when
had, you know,
everyone
like once-
everyone has a tattoo almost everywhere now.
Yeah,
Like,
now it's become a thing.
if I see someone who hasn't any tattoo, it's like, why?
Okay, nerd.
Why? You don't like it? Oh, you're afraid of needles. Okay, I can take it.
Yeah, no, I've had someone actually, one of my exes, they told me that she did not like tattoos, and I was like, tough.
Yeah, I mean, I was tattooing today. The guy on his wrist, he didn't like it.
Yeah,
The pain.
yeah, no, so I've been lucky because I only done my forearms again because they're fairly discreet and I can cover them up. But yeah, I've been told that bony areas,
Yeah,
ankles.
and I
wrists.
asked him because the tattoo goes like on his
Knuckles?
fingers,
Fingers,
Knu-
okay.
yeah, knuckles, fingers, and I'm like, the design goes like up here. Do you want it? It's very painful. Yeah, if it's possible. I'm like, yeah, I'm not asking if
It's not painful for
if
me.
if you like the design, but
It's painful for you.
It's painful, and yeah, he survived, but he didn't like it.
Yeah, that was weird because like when I got this one, the first time when she just did it was okay. I mean, it was like I could feel the needle and stuff, but it wasn't like, oh my god. But when I went back the second time and she went over it just to like correct some stuff, that hurt. It was like a different kind of pain. It was like I could feel it in my flesh. Like
Yeah.
I could feel the nerves. I'm like,
And can you imagine yourself to be tattooed like full color for a couple hours?
probably. Just it would take some.
Yeah, first 2 hours, 2.5, it's bearable, but after that, it's really
Yeah,
hell.
I can imagine. So hang on. So we talked about your love for drawing. How did you transition into tattooing?
Well, my first try was 10 years ago.
Right.
I saved my money. Back then, it was, compared to now, it was very low money. I saved, like, I will say it in pounds, 150 pounds to buy a machine and some inks.
And this was back home.
Back home, yeah. I was 20 something. And I bought a set from eBay. Of course, it was a Chinese shit. The machine didn't work correctly. The ink wasn't black. It was gray.
Okay.
When it healed, it was gray. And I tattooed one my colleague and she was a part-timer, if you say it in English, part-timer, like just occasional worker. And I tattooed her ankle, and she asked me after 3 weeks why it is gray. And I had no idea what's wrong, because all the package from China, it was like, I don't know who made these, but it was throw the money. I didn't have another money to buy anything else, anything better. Because if you want to start, you need to have needles, ink, gloves, I don't know, Vaseline, the machine, everything.
So it is
If
a
you
fair
wanna-
investment, yeah.
Yeah, so you need at least, I don't know, 1,000 pounds for it, if you want to have a good kit. And I didn't have the money, so I stopped immediately because the machine was wrong, the color was wrong, the needles, they were maybe good, but who cares if you have a bad machine. So I stopped for 10 years. And 2 years ago, my husband asked me if I could do
Look at
anything.
you being all proud, like my husband.
If I could do anything in my life, no matter of money, what
Isn't he cute?
what I would do. And I'm like, okay, I did the makeup artist course, but it's not a good business, to be honest. Every girl can put mascara on herself.
Here, hang on, I have to say something because
You cannot put mascara on you?
yes, I can. Well, probably not because I don't have enough practice. But in the acting world, makeup can be very, very well paid and very.
Yeah, if you in that stage, yes.
Yes, because I did a short film recently and she did the makeup. Hannah Dahl, I think her name is. If I make, she just recently finished her course, but yeah, she did like there was some prosthetics and blood and things like that. And
yeah, if you in a movie, if you can do the prosthetics and fake tears and fake wounds, it's like awesome. Yeah. Or if you do like Alien or I don't know, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, I'm not going to do makeup at all because to buy a kit is, of course, another £2,000 to buy makeup, different type of lipsticks, everything. And then I said, but I was trying to tattoo like 10 years ago. And he said, that what I wanted to hear from you. You will buy everything you need and you will start. And I'm like, okay. I was hesitant, and he was like, no. You won't try like cheapest machine or cheaper machine or cheaper colors or cheaper that. No, you buy the proper things and you will start. So he pushed me. Really, I needed a push. And
he was like, no, that's it.
And I was saying, no, I will wait. I will buy it here in Scotland. And he was like, no, we are going to Czech Republic now. So make a list, and I said I already have a list because I already knew what I need. And he said,
"This is like a page out of a film already."
Yeah, it's like magical. Yeah, and he said we are going to Czech Republic. You will buy everything there, and we will go back, and you will start.
Nice.
Of course, he was the first person who
got a tattoo.
Who got like fucked up tattoo from me, of course. No, to be honest, I tried the fake skin and pig skin, of course, but I wanted to do a people.
So what did he get?
He has, of course, the praying hands.
Okay.
Everyone has it. He has like 2 wolves in a like colorful background.
And how big are these wolves? Like how big are these experiments?
Well, he has a calf covered.
Okay.
But I'm continuing and I will make it better, of course, because now at this point I kind of know what I'm doing. So I can make it better, and yeah. Later on he said, when you will be like a good, maybe I will give you my full leg.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, so I am tattoo artist because of him.
All right.
I would say yes.
So how long have you been a professional tattoo artist now?
Professional?
Is it someone who someone who gets paid to do this?
Well, I put myself out there 1 year and 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I started to tattoo like normal people, not just my friends or him.
Us weirdos, okay.
Yeah, weirdos.
All right, so that's actually a nice little story you got there. Wholesome family content.
Yeah, but he knows.
Yeah, he's like, I started you. Don't forget about me when you get really good.
Well, he knows where to put his money, so good investor.
Fair enough. So my other question would be then, how did you end up in the UK?
UK, because of him.
Okay.
Easy. One word question, one sentence question, one sentence answer. Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, well, I met him here, but I wasn't here because of him. I was here to visit my friend. And when I was here for 3rd time, I was usually in Edinburgh, and then for 3rd time I said, okay, I'm tired of Edinburgh. take me somewhere else. So my friend, she said, okay, so let's go to the Glasgow. I have one friend there and we can sleep over there. So we came here, and her friend has a friend, and his friend has my now husband friend. So it wasn't like planned or something. I didn't met him on internet. It was basically like the old-fashioned meeting up, some friend.
You're like, hi, he's like, hi, and then things took up from there.
Well, to be honest, when I first saw him and he was like, hi, I'm Milan, in my head it was, fuck, problems. So I knew something's gonna happen. Yeah.
I love it. Shit, here comes trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the classic movie. Out of all the bars you had to walk into mine. Just one of those situations.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. So, that narrows it down. Just like 2 questions in 20 minutes. Gone. Never mind.
Well, the first question, I had a longer answer, so...
That's okay. You're not graded, you know. It's not like...
I'm not graded.
Yeah, answer
Okay, Zuzana.
minimum 500 words.
Well, I knew the interview will be like 1 hour and a half. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, bye.
I got everything I needed. Thank you. Bye-bye. No, in that case, I was going to ask, well, the third question usually is, how are you finding, the art scene in your field here in the UK, being obviously from somewhere else?
Well, it's a hard question because I never been a tattoo artist in Czech Republic.
Right.
But I think I have a good base here. With people who they are not afraid to go in business. So I'm not in that position like where first couple of years you are tattooing once in a week or once in a month. I'm tattooing like almost, I would say, every day.
But that's really good.
Yeah, so...
I mean, any art form, if you can do it every day, that's ideal.
Well, every day, of course, I have the second job and I have like 1 day off.
Okay, so yeah, but like you doing it, was it 3-4 times a week?
Yeah, 3 to 4 times. But it's still, sometimes I have 2 people a day.
Okay.
Well, one day I did like 6 people a day because they were friends and I was doing like the matching tattoos. So if it's count.
Which is what we were laughing about, is that your neighbors thinking, who is this woman that there's people walking up and down? There's only two possible answers.
They're not saying anything yet. They're not saying anything.
It's like, hi, very nice to meet you.
Yeah, but one time, like,
keep walking.
Older gentleman walked out the door. He was like 45, and my neighbor just walked out the door as well. And I'm like, okay, never mind, bye. She didn't ask me anything there.
Okay, if you gotta go, okay, never mind.
Well,
bye.
I'm not noisy. I'm not doing anything. They just hear the doorbell. So
fair enough. No, it's just funny because if you like, they regularly see people leaving and you're like, never mind.
Every time someone else, okay, who is she?
She's a tattoo artist, folks. That's what she does.
Or masseuse.
Or a masseuse. Yeah, I mean, it's a similar kind of setup with the bench and everything.
I could be anyone.
Yeah, you're an international woman of mystery. Yeah. Right, so yeah, get back to like how you're finding it. Friends in the business?
I'm not tattooing friends anymore.
I meant, do you have other like tattoo artist pals?
Well, I know one guy.
Okay.
But I don't think he was helpful at all because I think he's not like my best friend or something. He's just a guy I know. And at this point, I think the tattoo artists keep their secret.
Okay. Yeah, so not like...
Well, even if someone will tell you how to do it or you should change this, it's still, you have to do like 20 times to get better at this particular point. And it's a lot of different things what's difficult at the tattoos. So if someone do it for 20 years and he's really good, I'm like, oh God, you have my respect. You're really good, because if you endure in what you're doing that long, that heads down. Or you say heads down, we say heads down, like
head down, yeah.
head down.
I tilt my head. I bow my head. One of those things.
I break my neck.
Well, don't break your neck. Maybe, Eastern Europeans, we're very expressive.
Yeah, so I think maybe Scotland's environment is better than in Czech. Who knows?
I wouldn't know. I don't have a lot of tattoo artist friends back home, so I can't even compare it to Romania.
Me too. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, back home, the lady that tattooed me again, she's like, she had her own studio. She was working from home. Had people, like she had a specific sort of, not even just one room, but like an area in the house set up for that reception tattoo, the whole thing. And she seemed to be doing very well with it. Dalila Beltrix, that's her name. And yeah, so I think it's a fairly lucrative market.
Yeah, it is. Even it's like a lot of tattoo artists out there. It's just still you can find the space because when you are better and the best tattoo artist, you have a very expensive work, and not everyone can afford that.
Yeah.
So still, like it's a lot of people who are searching for good tattoo artists, not the best ones because they cannot afford it.
And the best ones already have a name as well, so I guess that comes.
Yeah, and you have to wait there like a year, and you will pay them like fortune. So, yeah, I think if you find a good space, or even if you are hired in a tattoo studio, you can have your or people. You can have your own people who will search you because you're a little bit cheaper. You're still good, but not the best. But
yeah, tattooing is kind of interesting. I mean, in the sense that, like, so I do stand up, and stand up has this weird thing where you do your own thing. It's very much about finding your own niche. People that share your sense of humor. And the same, I guess, with tattooing. People that appreciate the work that you do. Obviously, people come in with requests. But they always refer to the stuff that you've already done and seen, and they're like, I like that style, I like those sort of coloring, shapes, whatnot. So it's a very interesting sort of building this base
community
of people that appreciate the kind of art that you like to create.
Yeah.
Which is,
And I have learned that I shouldn't be comparing myself to others, just by myself. But of course, you need to be better.
Well, you need to not comparing yourself and then straight up saying, I'm done, I'm perfect, this is it.
No, of course not.
Difference.
But you have to see yourself, what you've been doing like a year ago, half year ago, what you're doing now. And of course, it can be frustrating if you don't know how to tattoo, for example, armpit because there is a weird skin. But you will do it once, you will mess it up, you will do it twice and 10 times, 20 times, and you will get better. And you have to focus on what you've done and what you will do
better. What you are.
Because otherwise it can be very, very like negative space. Like, oh my God, I fucked it up, and
that's absolutely true.
I'm not going to do it anymore. And
no, that's you're 100% correct. It's about celebrating those little wins compared to where you were.
Well, of course, I can look up on tattoo artists who are in business like 15 and more years and say, oh my God, that's so beautiful how he did this line, and I will magnify the picture, and of course I will do that, and I will a little bit comparing like, okay, I have 10 years more to do. But I need to, in my head, I need to be in space like, okay, I'm better than I was a year ago.
Well, it's like you can learn from others, but you can't judge yourself based on other people's sort of journey and their evolution, because they come from a different background, they know different stuff, we don't all start at the same line, we don't all practice the same stuff. There's so many variables. So
I need to appreciate the positive things what people say to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course, I think it never happened like, oh my God, look awful, make it better. it never happened.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So.
And the thing is, though, it might happen. You might create the most beautiful piece of art that you've ever created, and someone might be, nah.
Exactly.
Because based on the number of people, like statistically, it is completely possible for someone to be like,
And then you have it on your body, and what?
yeah, sue me. Oops.
Oops.
Someone might actually.
Oopsie.
No, but this thing about appreciating your own work and learning from others, but then it's a very fascinating thing that even if you like see it in other people's work, what the amazing things they do, that skill is not the same skill as doing it yourself. Like being able to actually do it is a skill that you have to build up from wherever you are, and nobody can do it just you, because that's your body, your hand, your eyes, everything. And it's a fascinating thing that I think we forget in many different art forms, is that it's one thing to have the taste for it, but actually doing it is a completely different skill, and it's your skill. Like nobody else can do it like you, only you. So comparing yourself to others can be very much to your detriment.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating because like you see it in all, there's a lot of parallels in all the arts, because we all sort of expressing ourselves in different mediums in different ways.
Yeah, and you're true that everyone has a different taste.
Yeah.
And not everyone can appreciate like colorful, I don't know, all the details, animal, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they just don't like the colors, or they don't like green, what is there, and they would appreciate like black and gray.
Yeah, I mean.
But the first tattoo, for example, I don't know, it's a grasshopper or something.
Yeah.
It's perfect in every way, but someone can say, I don't like it. I don't like the green.
No, absolutely no. There's, it's hard to argue with taste because everyone has their own. You can argue about objectively certain aspects of the art, like what technique they used, and you can say, okay, well, that line's a bit too blurry, or it's this or that, but sometimes it just comes down to, yes, I can appreciate for what it is, but it's not for me, and you can't change that.
Yeah.
And that is kind of very vulnerable place to be in when you're like putting your stuff on other people's body, and they're like, yeah, I trust you, and I trust you too.
You should be trusting your tattoo artist, to be honest, because if someone like watching me, my every move, what I'm doing, like, I'm like getting nervous, but just the people, they are curious, I would say. But anyway, you will finish this? Oh yeah, I'm just starting. It's like more like 2 hours to do. Okay. Can you make this darker?
Oh my god, this is one of my favorite questions to ask to people in general, but that's just reminded me. What's the craziest customer request or interaction you've had as a tattoo artist? Because customers can be crazy. I work in restaurants, so I know. But they must be crazy in tattoo parlors as well.
Maybe changing their mind while I'm tattooing. One girl did it like several times.
Oh my god.
She said, no, I want it just in black and gray. I said, okay, so I just started to do outline. Then she said, you know what, maybe I want the color. I'm like, are you crazy? I just started to do like black and gray. I cannot like change. Please, can you do it? Then I said, okay, so be it. So I continued with the black and gray, but I was like, okay, how I put the color there, it's not that impossible. So I started to do the color, but it looked a little bit weird. And then she said, you know what, maybe I want a background, and you know what, make it black and gray. And then again, and can you put there more pink? Changing the design, like in a process, it's, well.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be very stressful.
But I don't think anything like awful happened, except people don't say exactly what they want, or they change it on the end. They want to add something or make something better, or.
Yeah, but that's gonna cost you extra.
Yeah, of course. But I was tattooing a watch, and the guy didn't say he wants like in the middle of watch he wants to see the watch machine, the engine or the particles.
Watch. Okay.
He didn't say that, and he said when it was finished, and he said, in the middle of the watch I would like to see, and he didn't know how to say it, so he showed me the picture, and I'm like, why you didn't tell me? I could do it. So
like the cog wheels and things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like a massive emission, right?
Sometimes they say
customers.
Well,
I love people. The thing is, when you work with customers, statistically, most of them are going to be lovely. Some of them are not, and then some of them are full on mental. So that's just how it works.
I'm good for now.
For now, yeah.
Somehow, yeah.
Fair enough. It's such a crazy thing that people would go into a tattoo parlor without having a clear idea of what they want, because it goes on your body, like.
Or they want exact copy of what they see on internet or someone else. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to explain it's impossible to copy. I have to redraw it anyway. So I will have to find like the particles from the design if it's like a very popular watch and Dove and I don't know, hourglass.
Yeah.
This type of thing. I can find it on internet and put the design together again, but they want exactly the thing what they see. And if it's like a little bit doable, I will do it, but I'm not posting it on internet because it looks awful.
Yeah, I was actually curious about this. I mean, see with copyright, obviously when you tattoo someone, you can't claim copyright because it's their body and they paid you for it.
Yeah.
But do tattoo artists go like, listen, I do this really cool skull. Don't do the same skull because that's my style. Don't try to do my stuff.
Well, you shouldn't be do it as a tattoo artist or other artist. You can do like a variation or change it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
like, not if you're gonna do a carbon copy, is it seen as like a dude?
Well, someone copied the famous Slovakian artist Ivana. She's in LA, I think, and someone copied her work, but she's so good at it that you couldn't say like it's even half good as she would do it, the same picture as the guy who copied her.
Yeah.
So even if you copied someone, I don't know. I would like to not do it, but people are persistent and they like, no, I want this thing exactly what you see here. I'm trying to avoid this type of situation.
Yeah, I mean, you can only just say
some of them they understand. They say, okay, make your own design, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But if it's like some flower with butterfly, I don't know. So I will somehow make the copy if it's possible. I will do it if they want, but I'm not going to post it on internet.
Yeah, you're not going to promote it because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the type of art that you want to, build your brand around.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the business side of things. Okay, so we got a nice little insight into the Glasgow sort of tattoo scene from your point of view. Is there a monthly meeting of tattoo artists?
Monthly meeting.
Hello, you've joined us in our secret
I don't
cult,
think it's
in a bunker.
anything in Scotland.
No?
It's just in England.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Is it a bigger scene than?
Well, there is a tattoo convention.
Okay.
There is like not monthly
Is there a
meeting.
WhatsApp group?
Well, I think tattoo artists from tattoo studios are meeting up for a beer because they are friends.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But no.
Okay.
Well, in Scotland it's nothing. There is not even a tattoo shop when you can buy the things.
Oh.
I have to buy everything online.
There's quite a few tattoo artists and tattoo studios.
I don't know if you can go there and buy a tattoo machine.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant like I was surprised that for the amount of tattoo artists and studios there are, that isn't a shop that would supply them with stuff.
Scotland.
Hopefully that will change. Maybe it's just.
I would like to go into a normal shop and see new things and compare the colors, because if you buy colors on internet, you see like two different oranges, if I say, and
Shades of
it's like different shades, and they will come to your home and they're almost the same.
Yeah, so it's not, buying stuff off the internet is always a bare minimum a challenge.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's straight up nuisance.
Yeah, and then you have to
I've
wait.
got shirts that, went after a couple of washes, so yeah, I can relate.
You should read the compose of the fabric.
Okay, I probably should read that.
Yeah. And then how you should wash it.
Yes, okay, Mom, thank you. Maybe I'm the idiot, but I'm fairly convinced that the online shop that sold me this very sexy Hawaiian shirt did not intend to make it long lasting, and I will not ever buy it from that shop again.
Another thing, if you buy a wool,
Yeah.
you have to just wash it
By hand.
in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
So
you
this
have to
wasn't wool.
dry it on a flat surface. That's the thing. It's like quite annoying.
Fair enough, that's something I will note and write down.
From tattooing to washing our clothes.
Hey, listen, this is a very educational podcast, okay? Everyone learns something from this. There's something for everyone, okay? For the clothing enthusiasts. Tell me about the Czech Republic, because I've never been. Obviously, everyone's heard of Prague. And
What do you want to know?
what's cultural differences? How is it being from Czech in the UK, in Scotland? What stands out? What's similar?
Czech girls are more quiet.
Okay, I didn't know where this is gonna go, but I'll keep talking.
The Scottish girls are very, very loud and
Well, probably more
rude.
expressive.
Expressive, yeah, if you say it like that. Yes. Well, the biggest difference is if you meet stranger in Czech, you never talk to stranger.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up with the don't talk to strangers.
And if I would ask anyone from the bus, how are you, darling? They would be like, what do you want? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, that's
It's the same in a restaurant. If you would be a waitress in my country, you would never ask people, how are you? You going shopping or you have a day off?
It's just very much service.
Just hello, what can I get you?
Yeah, I mean, this
Or maybe how are you? Maybe.
in a good day. If I
Yeah.
had my coffee and I had
Maybe just
how
in
are
the
you?
center of Prague, you will ask tourist, how are you?
Listen, the smile and the how are you is extra. That's like a plus service.
Now
shirt.
we don't require it. We are good if the
Yeah, I mean,
service is not too chatty. They are not bothering us with stupid questions. We are talking just.
I mean, stupid question. I ask very pertinent questions about people's lives. Okay, they're very relevant to the dining experience.
Dining experience. Yeah, and that is my problem too. I don't. Maybe I'm introvert, but I don't ask people questions. I don't care what they do, and yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
If I catch myself not talking for long, so I say something, if it's weird, so I can talk.
I'm not mute. Yeah, I'm always fascinated by like Eastern Europe, because obviously we're sort of put in this one place.
If you would go to Czech Republic, don't be surprised. No one is smiling on you, or no one is asking how are you or something. They're just polite. Good day, goodbye, and hello, or what can I get you, and that's it.
Okay.
Not like here. Oh, hello, darling. How are you? How's your day?
Did you just do an impression of Christina?
No.
Maybe a little bit.
No.
She's a colleague. Yeah, because we work together. Fun fact. Yeah, I'm fascinated by Eastern Europe because, well, I'm from there, obviously, but we were all affected by communism in different ways, and every country sort of processed that pressure and that sort of culture in a different way.
Yeah, we are not that open to others.
No,
We are afraid of strangers, and
Yeah.
if you see foreign, not me, but people like overall, they are not friendly.
Yeah, sometimes can. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not friendly because the people I've met, they've been absolutely lovely, and I always find my friends everywhere. But yeah, you could say that the culture overall is a bit more reserved. And
Yeah.
still,
But if you know someone, if you get know to someone, we are very nice.
oh yeah, if you know, once that comes off, we're mental. Like
Mental. You are mental, not me.
Once the homemade booze comes out, and the different levels of alcohol come into play, and we do a barbecue, then it's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, but Eastern Europeans can party. Like, we go crazy.
Of course. Why do you think everyone goes there to make their holidays and farewell to their freedom?
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, yeah, so
Cheap alcohol and just good party.
and some very attractive people on both sides of the spectrum.
People, yeah. You cannot say it about Scottish people, I think. They are pale. They are pale.
Okay, easy there, big fella. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like everyone. I'm not gonna say I like everyone at the same degree, but I've never complained. I've always found someone beautiful or something interesting or something everywhere. So
Yeah, sure.
I've been lucky.
Well, you asked me how's the difference between Scotland and Czech Republic. Well, I cannot say it like overall, but in my opinion, everyone is different. A lot of people can be friendly, but overall, I don't think they are that friendly like Scottish people.
Like you'd say, yeah.
Because in here, even a bus driver get to talk to me.
Yeah.
And he say goodbye, have a nice day, but you never talk to a bus driver in Czech Republic. Never.
They might shout at you.
Maybe at the evening because you're getting on the bus in the front door. We have like 3 doors in the buses.
Yeah, front, middle, back.
Yeah. And if it's evening and you are going from the front door, you say, okay, good night or bye-bye.
Yeah. But no, thank you, driver. That's a very British thing. I like it because it's a nice thing, you know. It doesn't cost me anything to say thank you, driver, have a lovely day.
Yeah, I'm saying it too because I live here, so.
Yeah, but it is fascinating. I mean, obviously we're seen, like East Europeans are always presented as like these grumpy, like not always, but like I think overall that's the image. Like the language is like we're just aggressive and rural.
Yeah.
But then actually, if you go into it, there's a lot of reasons for why that is, and then.
And definitely you are not looking to others' eyes if you don't know them. When you're passing someone and you're just smiling and hello. No,
I'm not gonna say hello. But hey, that's interesting actually. It's quite different because my great granddad lived in a village and I knew him up to the age of around 10, I think. Maybe actually no, around 10. So I spent summers there. In the village, everybody says hello to everyone.
Yeah, in a village is different.
Yeah.
Even if you're a stranger there or just tourist, say hi.
You get a good day.
Yeah.
The joke used to be, what was the joke? It's like, it was always like, you know who your mother is, but say hello to everyone because you don't know who your dad is. That's what they used to tell us. Which was, cracked me up. But
it's interesting because if you're in a city, you just don't say hi to strangers, but in a village, you must.
Not like it's actually rude. Not to.
Yeah.
It's kind of seemed like, what's his problem?
The people are just different there. I don't know.
Yeah, different community. Yeah, again, they processed that whole historical period differently, I guess. They got together differently. Like, they got through it differently.
Maybe it's just because they all know each other?
That too. Probably that too.
I don't know.
Because our villages are fairly small. Like 600.
You're from village?
No, but I've spent a considerable amount of time at my great granddad's and 600 to 1,000 people.
Uh-huh.
Not
enough.
Not that many, and if you take it by families, then it's if you take a 4-member family, it's 250 families.
Not enough.
No. Yeah, so anything else that stood out coming from the Czech Republic, food-wise?
Food-wise, yeah. 100% better than here.
Yeah,
I
love the
mi-
UK, but yeah,
I miss food from Czech Republic.
I'm not sold on the food products here. I mean, that's not true. I've got into a massive argument with a friend of mine because I said I can't find the kind of bread I like. They don't have the good bread for me. It's good bread because that's what I grew up with. She was like, how can you say that? Have you tried all of it? I was like, no, but the ones I tried, they taste like sponge. They're not the stuff that I'm
Yeah,
used
they
to.
have awful bread, awful rolls. They have just the baguettes.
For our taste, because I've showed some of my bread.
If
to
you
your
wanna,
friend,
if
he was
you
like,
wanna, if you wanna buy just I don't know, like darker bun with the seeds and everything, you must buy like 6 of them. Same with
fan of the
ice
multi-pack?
cream. No, not
Not
the
a
fan.
fan of the multi-pack.
No, no. And if you have like chips or they say crisps,
Crisps, you mean the...
yeah, you have like a big bag.
That has smaller bags inside.
And there's a smaller bags inside. It's so stupid.
Save the planet.
Yeah, totally. But we have like paper straws in the drinks. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen. And if you
But
look
we
inside the
are
paper straws, there's smaller paper straws.
Yeah, save the planet.
Okay, you actually keep talking. Tell us how you really feel. Go on. Actually, I want to hear this. If
Yeah,
you're gonna roast the
I
UK
hate
kid.
food here. I cannot find a good restaurant, and if I found, it's like 80 pounds for one person for a dinner or something. It's like ridiculous.
Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No. Yeah, no, it's a good life here. It's
Yeah.
easy life, easier
Yeah.
than back home. And yeah, what can I say? I don't want to talk about weather because everyone knows.
Yeah, I mean, the weather's an obvious one. Just because we get 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start asking you some of my wrap-up questions, I guess. One of them is, obviously, you're an artist. An artist is famous for doing all sorts of jobs to pay the bills. You know this. You know the story that I told you. But what's the craziest / weirdest job you've had to do to pay the bills for yourself?
Nothing.
Nothing. You've been lucky. You just had very normal, boring jobs.
Yeah.
You know what? Some of us are lucky
Well,
like
I was in Czech Republic. I had a good job.
Yeah.
I did it for more than 10 years. I worked in the city center of Prague. I didn't want to change it. It was really good. I had people under me, so they had to listen. And of course, I had my boss as well. But I always paid everything what I must pay back then. And I didn't need to do anything else. The same here. I have like, okay, if I say I have 2 jobs, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But if you say I have two jobs, it sounds awful. But
I mean, yeah,
for me, I'm changing environment. I'm going to the other job, like to chat people, to refresh my brain.
Yeah. Just to change
different.
your pace.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things that here it is not frowned upon if you have multiple, places where you're employed, because it's like, okay, cool, you do what you have to do.
yeah.
Back home, it's the standard is
If
one job.
if I would be in Czech Republic, I would have to do full-time job. That means 200 hours a month, and then I would barely have time to do tattoo.
Yeah. So yeah, this is very.
Of course, I would have time, but there I wouldn't be doing anything else.
Even in hospitality would be quite.
Just working. And here, I have like time to do tattoo, and I have enough of money to afford my equipment and pay my bills and.
Yeah, there's a lot of upsides to the UK. That's why we're still here.
Yes, that's why, because of the money.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Sorry, if I wouldn't have this money, I wouldn't be here at all. Why?
Fair enough. I mean,
To like explore the culture or nature here.
I mean, hang on now, because Glen Codo, right? Isle of Skye.
Glen Codo, yeah, I was there a couple times and like,
Not for you.
well, empty hills with nothing on it, rainy roads, no trees.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to argue that point.
If you wanna build a tent, where?
On the ground.
Ground is wet from the rain and it's raining, so you will be all wet and it's also windy.
I'm gonna like take this.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna put this as like a come to visit Scotland and just put it online.
I'm honest, that's true.
Listen, that's how it's.
To be honest, I don't know how the people going there and building the tents. I don't know.
Fair
Because there is raining all the time, there is windy, you cannot make the flame. So
Fair enough. I guess it's.
it's a challenge for people who just like to be wet, soaked.
I don't know.
Have you been here camping somewhere?
I haven't been camping. I don't think I have. No, I've just gone up on one road.
I was not camping, but in Scotland. How it's called?
National Park.
No, mountains. They're not mountains.
Hills, Highlands.
Highlands. In the summer, in a van or what was it, and there were midges.
Yes, the midges are a problem.
So if you choose to go there in summer, you will meet midges, or rain, or wind, or all together, or.
I mean, that's a classic, 4 seasons, one day, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I think my biggest shock, like, weather-wise, it's colder than back home, but I was definitely surprised by the variety of weather in a short period of time. For me, it was the wind. Like, it gets windy. Like,
If it's raining, okay, I can have an umbrella.
But it gets windy. Like, it's a combination. You get an umbrella, the wind's like, not today.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, my first job, oh my god, the first job I got here in Scotland. First job that paid me and didn't fuck me over in like 1 week. Because my first job was a guy that told me he's gonna hire me and then kept me around for a week on trial shifts. And after a week of trial shifts, he told me, come back Monday for another trial shift and then maybe I'll hire you. And I was like, thank you very much. I went home, messaged him, I'm okay, thank you, bye-bye. So that actually my second job that paid me money was business to business promoting, which is like I was promoting this network to all sorts of businesses around Glasgow. So I'm walking around on foot with this, and the guy was like, look presentable because this is sort of, like it's a business job. So I'm like a salesman. So I got I went to Primark. I got the best shoes from Primark, the coat, the thing.
Best shoes in Primark.
Best Primark suit on.
Suit on?
Yes. And I just remember, and I got myself this umbrella. Half an hour in, I'm soaking wet. The umbrella's like upside down. I'm looking like someone out of Home Alone. I just been attacked by the poor kid, and that was glorious.
Actually, I bought my first shoes for my first job in Primark too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless Primark.
They've been
listen.
awful. £5 for the worst shoes ever. You just wear them once and just throw them away.
They're not ideal, but it's the working man's best friend. I can tell you that. So at one point I had 20 quid in my account at one point. They got that bad, but yeah.
Okay, I understand.
You take what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the one question. The other question is I like to ask people, because I like food, is if there was 1 or 2 dishes, but I think in your case is the entire cuisine, that you could bring with you from home, or that you miss from home, or that you think the people in the United Kingdom should know from the Czech Republic, what would it be?
Well, of svíčková, obviously.
So, what is that?
That's a dumpling with sauce.
What kind of dumpling are you talking about?
We make like the long dumpling, slice it on like 1/4 inch slice.
Okay. Very specific.
Yeah,
Imperial
like-
measurements you got there.
1 finger
Okay.
wide.
Oh, is that not an inch? Oh, one
Quarter-
finger wide.
quarter-
Okay, okay,
quarter
one
inch.
finger wide. Okay, fine.
1 centimeter. You slice it, and there's like it's not a stew, it's roasted but also boiled beef.
Right.
Well, I think it's boiled first and then roasted. Well, it's soft and also sliced on the slices, sliced. And there is a creamy sauce made from carrot, celery, and parsnip, or I don't know how they call it here.
Okay. I think I know what this is.
Yeah.
We call it hunter sauce back home, I think.
And it's baked and cooked with cream, and there is like mixed.
So this is
You know,
dumpling
so-
that goes into a sauce
No.
with meat.
Well,
So how does this look? Like I want to picture this because I'm already starving anyway. So might as well just
It looks
dig it out.
it looks really good. The dumplings are on the side. The slices of meat are covered with the sauce,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like sweety, salty. It's really good.
Okay.
So that's the first dish,
All right.
and
I feel
then
like I don't know enough about Czech food, so I want to know.
and
more.
then maybe pork brisket. We say it here as a brisket, like the tear
It's
meat.
torn, yeah. Shredded,
So
yeah.
the
Pulled.
pork version, I think we make it from the ribs,
Right.
and you can have it with anything you want.
And it's like a marinated.
Yeah, it's
I really need to eat before these interviews, man. Okay. So marinated pork brisket. It's like a smoky, chili, salty.
well, we don't use chili too much
No?
in our cuisine. No,
No? 'Cause I know. So obviously I'm Hungarian as well. So
yeah, no chili.
you're not that bad.
No. That's why I am not able to eat chili in work.
Mm.
It makes my throat like very weird.
Okay. I've got a final question because I'm curious about this specifically. Do Czech people have any sayings about Hungarians at all? Because obviously the Poles and the Hungarians have a mutual saying about them being brothers and fighting and drinking together. But the Czechs are like,
I don't think
don't
so.
look the Hungarians in the eye.
No. I'm thinking. No, I don't think so.
No, nothing in the culture about Hungarians. Okay.
Maybe if I would think about it longer, I would. No, like nothing. Like we say, for example, about Spanish people. If we are lost in a city, we say it's a Spanish village.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've been to Sevilla once, and their streets are wild.
But I don't know why we say that.
It's because the architecture is
No,
very...
I think because you don't speak their language and you just lost. But we say Spanish village.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like we back home we always, if you don't understand something, if something's very complicated, we always say that it's Chinese because we don't understand it. That's something
We say too.
We have
Yeah.
these sorts of sayings about different cultures and nations, and we have a whole.
You say, "Am I speaking Chinese?" If you're not
you don't
getting,
understand.
not getting what I'm saying.
You're gonna have to update it at some point because sooner or later we're gonna start understanding Mandarin and Cantonese, and they'll be like, "You're gonna need a new metaphor there, fellas."
That's in the future. Like,
Hey, crazier things have
who
happened.
knows when?
The world is developing.
Yeah.
Okay, well I think that's all the questions I have for you today. Oh.
It's the time, they say.
That's all my questions.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Right.
Okay, good.
Do you have anything to promote? If your business has an Instagram page or something, anything?
Well, yes. If you are interested in my work, just check my Instagram.
Which is?
It's Zuzana_Saul_Hudson.
Yes, I'll put it in the description as well so people
sure.
can find
I'm
you.
not going to spell it. No.
Okay. And cool. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.